It's time for Biotech Buzz. Why is that banner still up there? Well, let's get that banner off. Biotech Buzz with Vivi Bio Queen. Bring her on in a second. Let's bring her on now. Let's just do that. Vivi, how we doing today?
Good. How are you?
Fancy new headset you got there.
No, it's not. It's the same one.
It's the same one? Really?
Yes. Yes.
No, it's not. Is it really?
It is. Yes, it is.
All right, my powers of observation are incredibly weak. All right. How's your day? It has been an eventful day. For the second day in a row, we've actually had some action.
Yes. I've been watching the SPY. Every time it tries to recover, can recover. And I'm pretty negative on my account, but like Yates on Twitter always says, the green days is the ones that you trim and the red days is the one you add. So there's just no reason right now. You got to trust the process. You got to trust what you own,
Look, buying the dip has always worked. I say that with some level of sarcasm, but it's kind of true, right? Buying the dip in this market has usually worked. So
yeah. I have to say, I mean, it even happens with the best people. So I decided to put a trade in. I was going to scalp Sundial, and I was at my boyfriend's house only with one laptop, and I got distracted. I went to do something. He called me in the garage, and next thing you know, I'm like holding a bag, and I'm like, damn it. But I believe it will bounce, but it happens with the best people. I had like to be on a minute chart nonstop, so I'll never do that. If I'm not at home with my double screens, I am not trading anymore.
Don't trade and drive, or don't drive and trade.
Yes, and then I was like literally checking my I had my son's money there, like a Weibo account, and I'm checking, because I don't have the charts in front of me. I'm trying to drive and check the stock. It's really, really bad right now. I believe that it is gonna bounce back. The shorts are having their day today, but it's okay. But everybody, there's not everybody. It's one of those days that I'm not gonna cut. I'm not gonna take a loss because I know it will bounce. It's pretty strong.
Okay.
So
okay.
But I wanted to tell you guys a couple of news. I don't know. People just like to sell everything, but KMPH just had they just had a news today that one of their patents got approved. FDA, got one of the patents approved, not approved, just published. And this patent is to reduce the side effects of appetite and sleep. And so it's a patent that they can use in any kind of a drug development. So not only are we waiting for PDUFA March 2nd, but we are also just had some patent news. But unfortunately, the market, it's not doing well. I do believe this is a great opportunity to add, if anybody, it's not on this company yet, because it's just going to bounce back. Like we said, the good thing about swing trading to catalysts is that you don't have to worry about the market. That stock is going to bounce because there's a catalyst coming, So usually when I'm trading to catalysts, I don't even worry about the market. So I think it's a great opportunity to add over there. So, and people are just freaking out a bit about ATNX. It's red. I mean, it's the PDUFA is February 28th. So we still have 17 days to go. So
I'm sorry, Vivi, what was the ticker?
ATNX.
Yeah.
So don't be scared, to add more. I mean, it's short's gonna play games with you, and the MMs are gonna play games with you because everyone wants to get in earlier. So every time there's a PDUFA coming up, you see some commotion in regards to the price of the stock. Another one that somebody just updated with me on Twitter is the GTHX. So if you can open that one up. So the CEO just had a conference and said that they are expecting full FDA approval and on their lead candidate. And I am holding calls. I don't have comments on this, but I'm holding $20 calls, and the PDUFA expect on February 15th. So any day now, you guys, I expect a full approval on that one for sure. So And then BCRX, I'm still holding, you guys. That's not going to change my sentiment about the stock. So I wouldn't worry about that. And then another one I want to talk to you guys about, because I saw in the chat, CBBT, I'm still holding full. My target price today is $1. And I'm still holding full on that account as well. And what are you up to, Spencer? In regards to, are you doing? Yeah, I hope you didn't trim on red days, right? Did you do some trimming today, or just some shopping today?
Unfortunately, my basket's pretty full at the moment. I don't have too much left on my shopping list. But no, I didn't do any trimming. Come on.
Yeah,
I don't let. I don't like, let's see what we're down today. I wouldn't know because I just lost one of my screens. So my screen with all my charts just went out. So I don't even know. But you know, I'm not gonna. I don't let one little red day spook me. Maybe 4 or 5 little red days will spook me, but one little red day does not spook me. And I've seen this movie before, right? We've seen red days before in this market, and buying the dip has been rewarded every single time. So.
And again, I see the chat's going crazy. I will, we're just going to continue the format, you guys. We're going to talk about it, and at the end, I will try to answer as many questions as I can with you guys. But I wanted to talk to you guys about Inspire. I'm very inspired about this company, and there was some news that I just wanted to explain to the viewers, and some people might have some concerns. And so they just issue, I saw the SEC files, they are having a voting on March 17th, and they're going to vote rather if they are going to do a reverse split or not. And so a couple things I want to explain to you guys in regards to reverse split. Reverse splits is not always bad, right? I'm really, really concerned when you have a really, really big float and there's a reverse split, because if you have a really, really big float and you do reverse split, you don't have the advantage of having some kind of a catalyst to push the price up as well as you would if you have a lower float. So if you guys look at Inspire, the float is only 34. So they're voting between 1.5 to 1.15. So imagine if you had a 34 million on a float, right? And you did, and that's how I usually do. I hold through reverse split, because all they want to do is, one, keep compliance. They want it to be more attractive to investors. So if you have a 34 million and divide by 5, all of a sudden the float's going to be 6.8 million. I doubt they're going to do 120, because 34 divided by 20, that would be 1.7 million float. It could be too. So I am not worried, and I think that's why the price of the stock have not not suffer much today. So it's right now, you see this the chart is consolidating again at a 132. So I think that's is a very healthy looking chart, don't you think, Spencer?
I think I've seen worse.
See?
I've seen worse.
Yeah, I think it's looking. I mean, consider what the market's doing. I think it's looking pretty good right now. So I'm not worried about it at all, you guys, with the reverse split. You know, all the inside buys this week, they all they had a private offering of a 62 cents, and every inside guys bought in that offering, which it for me looks very, very bullish. And then when you have Gary Rubin, the cardiologist, that was a pioneer for stents. So somebody was asking me what interventionist is. Interventionists are the cardiologists that are putting stents in patients' heart when they have angina. And so he's the pioneer, and he holds 700,000 shares. And if there was a concern, they wouldn't issue a reverse split. So for me, that is a very, very bullish sign. Don't you agree with me, Spencer? Think about it. 700,000 shares from insiders.
Well, so, look, we always say there's a million reasons to sell. There's a million reasons for an insider to sell, and only one reason to buy. They could sell. They could sell because they're trying to buy a house, right? Yeah. They could sell because they're getting divorced. They could sell because they're betting on the company. But why would they buy? There's only one reason to buy. Yeah, that's because they think it's going to go up. It is the only reason to buy. So
yeah, and what I'm saying, I know for sure Gary Rubin, if you look at the SEC files, he bought up on that offering. So I know he did for sure. I didn't look at every single one of them, but these the offering closed, and then the reports came, and we saw that, you know, all these insiders, the CEO, there's like 3 or 4 insiders. So that's another suggestion, you guys. I know sometimes it's hard to read SEC files, but you want to read those SEC files, and you want to learn how to read them, and you want to see what they report, and you want to learn how to read 10Ks. Not in bio though. It's not going to matter much if a bio doesn't have a product, but you guys want to learn how to do that as well. Another thing I was going to show you guys here, I haven't sold any of my positions, so I'm still holding, you know, HAJLI, even though I'm very, very in the red over here, but I'm holding a long term. And I'm still holding Trevina, TRVN, BCRX, ALT, because I do believe in the vaccine one day, so I'm just holding long. CRNE, I believe in the diagnostic area, so I'm still holding that. And so in terms of a catalyst, we're just really waiting for ATNX and GTHX and KMPH. So those are the 3 that I'm expecting that we're going to have approval. But like I said, you guys, you don't want to hold if you don't feel 100% confident, or if you have all your eggs in one basket, you might want it to not hold out through PDUFA. But I know my risk tolerance, so I'm holding them because it's a chunk of my portfolio. It's not the whole portfolio.
wait, well, here's a good question.
Yeah.
How did you know that there was insider buying?
There's a SEC files, you guys. They just posted.
SEC filings. SEC filings is the answer to that question.
Yeah, yes. And I posted on my Twitter. You can see there. So yeah, and it says exactly when it closed and for how much. So it was the offering, because first I saw the SEC files talking about the offering at 62. Then I saw all those guys, the directors, the CEO bought at 62. Hello. And it was just like came out just right after the inside offering. And it's not the first time that Gary Rubin buys on an inside offering. So I think it's even more bullish than having, you know, like BlackRock buying. Like you're doing an offering and you're raising money, but you having the people that work for the company that wanted to see the company succeed is buying that offering. And I think that's amazing.
You can find all SEC filings on the SEC Edgar database.
Yes.
We discussed this yesterday with one of our guests, but an invaluable resource. Let me bring myself on here. They're in Benzinga Pro, or just go to the Edgar database.
Yes, for sure.
The Edgar database, it's kind of a pain in the ass to search. If I'm being honest with you, it's much easier to search in Benzinga Pro if you have it. But the information is all there. It is all public.
Yes, yes, for sure. For sure. You can't just rely on me to send you guys information. Come on. You guys got to do your own research. For sure. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to go snowboarding in Park City. Am I going to have to bring my laptop and like kind of like show you guys the snow in the background? How's it going to be?
Wait, when are you going?
I'm super, super excited. I'm going on Thursday. Next Thursday.
What's today? Today's Thursday. Next Thursday.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to go. If anybody's there snowboarding and at the canyons in Park City, hit me up.
All right.
And then I'm going to be going to Miami the following week. And so I guess I'll bring my laptop to Miami too.
Hey, okay, we said don't drive and trade. Don't snowboard and trade either. Okay, there's a recipe to either fall on your face or lose money, or both at the same time. Or do it and film yourself and send it to us, and we can all laugh at you. But,
I have a helmet.
You have a helmet. Yeah. Still though, don't board and trade. Don't do it. Okay. No. So people are asking what your Twitter handle is. It's up on the screen, guys. It's up on the screen at biotech_SD. I don't really know how else to make it easier for you to consume. All right. What else is on your watch list? And after we get through that, we'll go to the chat.
So let me see here. I am still very strong with the AKBA. So Kibia, I told you guys I told you guys when it was $4 a share when I got it. So today is a 466, so which is awesome. So I'm still holding that one. And Arenia, I'm still holding that, guys. AUPH, you guys have to be patient. They're launching their lupus nephritis. Is going to be an amazing medication. So sometimes you're just going to have to be patient. So one thing that I was going to tell you guys what I do as a strategy, especially if you have stocks on your Roth IRA. I usually, as soon as there's a PDUFA, like for example with the Arenia, I sold at 21 when we got approved, and I had 3,000 shares, I sold 2,000 shares right at the approval, boom, and went down to $15. So I went and bought those shares back. So that is some of my strategy, because people sell the news, right? So obviously you don't want to pay capital gains if it's in your account, but if it's in your IRA, why not? You know, you're not paying capital gains or capital losses in your IRA. So this is definitely something that I do it as often, and it's like textbook, you guys. Every time FDA approval, the price does not hold, unfortunately. So, but you want to leave a little bit, because what if there's announced buyout the same day as the FDA approval, and you don't want to miss the boat? But I would definitely recommend you guys to do that for sure. Are we almost at question time, Spencer? Do you want me to go over?
We can do some questions. We've got a few.
Yes.
Are you watching? Are you watching SNGX Sologenics? You know that one, SNGX?
No, I'm not watching that one. Yeah. Should I?
Someone says you should check it out. They have upcoming catalysts. I don't know anything.
Okay, so somebody just here, I saw get out of here. I bought BCRX at 10. Just add more. Like, you're not doomed. Are you kidding me? And just buy more. I mean, you guys have to calm your tits.
Not financial advice.
Down, okay?
Not financial advice.
I know. I don't want to give you financial advice, but come on, guys. Then don't trade if you just like hold and trust the process and do your own DD, you know, and you'll be totally fine.
Yeah. That was great. Okay. What else? What other questions do we have here? Somebody asked, oh gosh, I lost it now. I have to scroll up and find the question. Bear with me.
I know there's so many questions. I see it here.
Did we talk about ATHE, right? Did we talk about
that? Which one?
ATHE.
No, I never heard of this one.
They have they have a drug for Parkinson's.
Okay, I'll take a look
from the chat.
Yeah.
All right, so put that on your list. You have to have some notes for us tomorrow about that.
Yeah.
What else? Gosh, where do I find this darn question? Do you know anything about ADXS?
That looks familiar, but
Stacking says they have an upcoming FDA approval and they're a potential Merck takeout target. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Let me just type that down. ADXS. Okay.
All right.
I like any potential buyout candidates for sure.
What about VTGN? You know that one? Vistagen Therapeutics?
No, I do not know. I'll write that down too and see.
Man,
somebody said I should be snowboarding and live stream at the same time. That's going to be kind of hard.
They have VTGN has an antidepressant drug. That's the thing about biotech, man. There are so many.
There's too many. There's but like I said, you guys, only 3 out of 10 make through phase 3. So it's like finding a needle in a haystack, literally, for sure.
Yeah. CYTH.
CYTA. Have not heard of this one.
Therapeutics. Okay. Hey, how you doing on your OCGN?
I never owned that one, you guys.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you were.
No, remember there was a huge trade. They bought it above the ask price.
Right.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not paying $18, and I'm still not paying $11.
Okay, smart.
So yeah, no.
You don't have to swing at every pitch, right?
No.
Yeah.
You can have a FOMO on everything.
Yeah. All right. Again, what is your price target for KMPH?
I definitely at least 20 for 20? Sure. Yes, at
By
least.
when? 6 months? 12 months?
I would say
Years?
by FDA approval. Again, you got to take in consideration that it's a low float, so you don't need that many. If you have enough volume, it'll shoot the price up, So it's a very low float stock. So I definitely, and very slow, low market cap. So, and I would not be surprised if somebody buys KMPH. I'm holding shares on my E-Trade and shares on my IRA. I'm very bullish on this company for sure.
Who would be a potential takeover target? Who is someone that could theoretically, hypothetically, potentially buy KMPH?
Oh, Shire could be a potential buyer because Vyvanse is going out of patent. So if they still wanted to be an ADHD, any of those companies that are on a psychiatric side, they already have an antidepressant. Because what happened is, or an antipsychotic, companies want to use one rep to market 2 or 3 products. So they don't want to have to get a whole new sales force. So if you have a company based in oncology, they're not going to buy a product for ADHD. So it has to be, it has to flow with that company portfolio, So I would say any company that has antidepressant that they can add another one into the bag, for sure, or even an antipsychotic, because the psychiatrists are the main targets here.
Have you owned or traded any COVID plays? Like someone just mentioned Inovia.
No, I did. I had a list of a COVID plays. So
not
I
anymore.
had like 5 or 6 companies. I lost my ass on IBIO. Jeez, it went all the way up, and then I made some money in IBIO, but I traded ADMA for their plasma. ALT I still own since $6, so it's I'm definitely I own this one. SRNE is still a COVID play for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding CYDY is a COVID play. That one is long term, but I believe in their cancer drug, so it was not even a reason why about this company. And then I'm still holding Diamond Hands here with RLFTF. It's because they're still gonna read more of the data. They had a data release and it didn't reach statistical significance, but there is data on leaving the hospital earlier, so that can save billions to the hospitals. So I'm holding this one still, but I am definitely holding a bag. Hopefully it'll become a Gucci eventually, but it's a very heavy shopping.
Here's one, ears, Oris Medical.
I used to own this. I traded in and out. I don't remember the specifics of it, but yes, I've done that one.
What about the generic Teva?
I don't like Teva.
You don't like generics?
I just don't like Teva. Okay. I just don't like the company in general. I've met reps about that company. That company is a little shady for my liking.
Really?
So, yeah. So I don't touch Teva.
Interesting.
Teva got literally slapped with millions of fines, from trying to bribe doctors. It's just I just don't like that company.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
All right. Michael asks, what is the FDA fast track? What does that mean if a drug gets fast tracked?
Yeah, so there's priority review and there's fast track, and there's also orphan designation. So fast track is that they're gonna, the name says it all. They're gonna fast track it so it gets approved faster. So for example, with the Arena, it was fast tracked. So I think they approved within 6 months instead of like nine or 10 months. I don't remember exactly the dates, but yes, when it's fast tracked is they see a need to get that drug marketed as fast as they can. So, for lupus nephritis, there was nothing out there. So there was a fast track for that medication. Wow. Did you guys see here? SPY is trying to recover? Wow.
Buy the dip. We're almost flat for the day.
Yes.
We're almost flat for the day.
The chart here. Yeah. It's trying really hard. What else?
It's trying. Did I ask you about ear already?
Yes, you did.
Ears, I did. Yeah. Okay.
I see here EVFM. People are hitting me up on Twitter.
What's that?
I have like some I'm not completely sold. I know that you guys told me. So EVFM has a gel that prevents pregnancy. So it's like a 94, 90, and it's not 90, even 99% efficacious. Maybe like 90. I would be wrong. I'm sorry, but it is an alternative for hormones. But here's my whole point. It's like young girls don't want to wear lube, right? Lube is like for the really, really old women. So it's messy. Like if I have a teenager daughter, I would have put the implants on her, even if there's hormones, because when you have hormones, it's also going to help with their skin, with their acne. So yeah, you're going to have that niche of a patients that cannot tolerate any kind of hormones, don't want to do it. So yeah, there's got to be a niche, but what is the size of this niche? And I haven't bought it because my Planned Parenthood in San Diego never heard of it, even though they conducted trials all over the United States. So I'm still trying to dig a little deeper and just to see what kind of a market we're going to see here. So I'm not 100% convinced, but I am is on my watch list. I'm trying to dig a little bit more about it.
Now the tickers are starting to fly here. What about AIM? AIM.
Oh, I used to own that. It was a COVID play.
Oh.
I lost money on that one too.
I would say most people have lost money on this one if you zoom out.
People are trying to get a lifeline. Like I took my losses, you know. You win some, you lose some. You can't win all.
Definitely not. Man.
I mean, think about it. Like AIM, ADMN, they were all like COVID plays. But look at me. I hit ALT. I bought at $6. I had a 3,000 shares. It's at 21 now. So you're always gonna have some winners and some losers. But AIM is definitely a loser for me.
Do a couple more, and then we have to move on to our crypto show. What about CBBT? We discussed this earlier, so rewind to the show about 20 minutes. We did discuss CBBT at around 2:35, so 20 minutes ago or so. What about NVCN? Gosh, I don't know.
NVCN, I never heard of that one, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm not alone, man. All these stocks.
Okay, somebody's asking why CBBT fell. Have you guys not watched the market? I mean, OTCs are going to be a lot hit by it. There's no explanation. So here's what I do, guys. When I own OTCs, I always sell half on the high. When I have like a significant gains, I sell half. And then guess what? When it dips, I buy the other half. And then when it goes high, I sell. So that keeps my cost average down. So this is OTC. So don't ask me about OTC. You have to have the heart to handle because you're going to have ups and downs. It's not very stable. That's why you call pink sheet. So there's no new news. It's just the market. The market's been, red. So.
Yeah. I'm curious what tier of the OTC market CBBT trades on. They're on the this one is trade at your own risk. And this brings up an interesting point. Someone asks, why is my stock up? Why is my stock down? The first thing that I do, this goes for every day. The first thing that I do when I want to know why is the stock up, why is the stock down, first thing I do is I look at the overall market for that day. Is the S&P 500 up or is it down? Because if the S&P 500, there are days when the market sells off, correlations go to 1, right? Everything goes down. Usually, most things go on widespread sell-off days. Everything is red. Your company does not need news. It doesn't have to be news for your stock to go down with the overall market, right? On red days, correlations go to 1, everything trades down. That's the first thing that I do. If I'm wondering, why is my stock up? Why is my stock down? Look at the overall market. You want to look at the difference between your stock and the overall market. If your stock is down more, then it probably led the way up too, right? And if your stock is down less, that's basically a win, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if the S&Ps are down 5% and you're down 2%, that's a win.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Yeah, you got. I follow SPY. My SPY chart is always on, always up. And so you will understand why are you down. I mean, don't worry about it. There's no news for any company. I mean, you would have seen SEC files or you would have seen press releases. It's just the market.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to know. Like we deal with this with earnings too. A company reports great earnings and then it sells off the next day. Well, sometimes it's about timing. Sometimes timing matters more than the numbers. If like, so here's a good example. This is not biotech related, right? But Uber, actually, this is a bad example. No, it's not. Uber reported last night. They reported pretty good numbers. It's down today, right? The whole market is down today, though. Actually, it's coming back to flat. But point still stands. Sometimes it's just timing matters more than the numbers. All right, it's 3:01. We have to say goodbye. Vivi, Bio Queen at biotech_SD. As
Bye, you
always,
guys.
thanks a lot.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.